A new study by researchers at Bahir Dar University in Ethiopia reveals that up to 22.6%, over one-fifth of medicines in Africa, are either fake or substandard, posing a significant risk to the continent's fragile public health system. So 22% of medications in Africa are fake or substandard. That is to say that our governments in Africa have failed us. They are risking the lives of their citizens by not putting the proper measures to regulate these medications coming into Africa or being produced within Africa. And this is very, very bad. This is pathetic, because the duty of every government is to protect life and properties and to provide for the basic needs of their citizens. So what does it tell you? It tells you that every government in Africa have failed. They have failed to regulate this health system. They have failed to invest in the health sector. They have failed to ensure that every citizen of Africa can afford a basic medical treatment, or by subsidizing the medical sector, that every Africa will have access to medical health or medical treatment. The study published on the United States National Library of Medicine website stated that over a third of medicines on the continent are unregistered, with antibiotics accounting for 44% of these unregistered drugs. So this research published is saying that in Africa, that 44% of the antibiotics are unregistered. And you know that antibiotics is not just what you can take like that. So that is to say that our governments have failed in this aspect. In the study, researchers reviewed 27 studies and discovered that out of 7,508 medicines samples analyzed, 1,639 failed at least one quality test, confirming them to be substandard or falsified. The study attributed the prevalence of fake and substandard medicines in Africa to poor market regulatory oversight, free trade zones, inadequate registration, higher demand, and substandard in importation practices. The report states the overall estimated prevalence of substandard falsified medicines in Africa was 22.6%. The average prevalence of unregistered medicines was 34.6%. Antibiotics, anti-malaria, and antihypertensive medicines accounted for 44.6%. Approximately 60.7% were antiemetic and antiplacental medicines. Poor market regulatory permission, free trade zones, poor registration, high demand, and poor importation standards contribute to the prevalence of these problems. So that's why you see that sometimes our people will use their money to go and buy what will still kill them at the end of the day. Why? Because these medicines are falsified, they are substandard, because our government has failed us, because our lives are worth nothing to them. And this has to change. Times are changing. The life of every citizen in every country matters a lot. Yes, and that's why you see that in the West, some of these Western countries, they treat us less because our government are not showing them that we are very important and that they will go to any length to protect their own.